Today we have episode 2 of Dirt to Enrager, a series where we trade from absolutely nothing to an incredibly rare, inexplicably expensive iron axe. In other words, a 3 billion coin collector's item. We made a good start in episode 1, ending on around 300 million coins. But now it's time to step it up. Our target is to break that billion coin mark. Can we do it? Well, we'll see. This video wasn't as plain sailing as I thought it would be, or as I hoped it would be. I thought it would become much easier when flipping with more coins because, well, more potential profit. That's not always the case. More expensive items have a tendency to, well, sell a little bit slower. Of course, that's dependent on the item, but for the most part, there's slightly less demand. Recording this part of the video just after the last segment of the video, the ending was pretty disastrous. That's all I've got to say. You'll find out what happens. I actually want to cry, but I'm not going to. It's fine, don't worry about it. Anyway, enough of that. It's time to prey on other people's laziness to make some coins. Now, I want to acknowledge that I saw a couple of comments on the first episode. People were very quick to point out the fact that I had YouTube rank, which made it easier for me to sell items because people just bought them because I have YouTube rank. And while that might be true a very small minority of the time, I'll tell you if an item is so badly overpriced or just not the right price whatsoever, therefore it's not meeting the demand, it just won't be bought. And that's very apparent in this video. Grab your popcorn, the struggle will commence. Oh, it's the start of episode 2, and you know we're starting it off with a full 14 fishing rods to collect. Holy coins. We love to see it. We've just got to sell more. Anyway, as I predicted, I was undercut quite a lot when I listed these 5 rods, so I managed to sell a few for 14.5, and I just relisted the rest for 13.5, and they sold up pretty quickly. So we've got 134 mil to collect, which we will. Takes us to 341 mil. We start again. Okay, so we are going to do a little bit of a low ball. We have this Veteran 3 Molten Cloak here that is Vandal is going to sell us after doing some Kudra. We're going to offer him 1.5 mil, and we're going to sell it on for 2 mil, which is going to make us a little bit of profit, a little bit of supplemental profit. Okay, here is the plan. We have an order that's just filled for 11,000 silver magma fish. I'm hoping this just should be enough to actually get us to craft a 10-10 magma rod. I've spent around about 320 mil on the silverfish, and the cheapest one on the AH at the moment is 465 mil. It's essentially the same process as we were doing in the first video when we were flipping the magma rods and crafting them into 5.5s, but instead of selling them as 5.5s, we're actually going to craft them into 10-10, meaning that we'll need the equivalent of 32 5.5 magma rods. Well, this is going to take a while. Okay, it's about an hour and a half later, and okay, well, first of all, I did a little bit of maths to see how many silverfish I would need to craft a 10-10 beforehand, but of course you've got to kind of understand that it is partially RNG. I was absolutely spot on. I can't believe how perfect I got it. It was probably mostly down to luck. However, we ended up with the 32 double hook 5 fishing speed 5 rods that we needed, but literally just that amount. We had 2 double hook fishing speeds left over. We only had what, like 7 fishing speed rods, and then only 3 double hooks with a few random ones, and that's it. We've got 6 silver magma fish left. I thought when we were about halfway through that we weren't really on track to get it, but we must have got lucky with the second half. And yeah, we just need to craft this into a 10-10 now. And there we go. We have it 10-10. Didn't really account for the amount of coins it was going to cost us. We're not going to have enough money to list it. Oh, but we do have this Molten Cloak to collect, which we will. Another good thing is it is now just Marina, so hopefully this has got more chance of selling quicker. But I guess quite a few more people have started to do this flip, and now they're down to 440 mil. We'll probably have to list those for like just less than that, like 439. Meaning we're not going to make quite as much profit as I thought. It's still going to be 100 mil. We need almost 11 mil for the fees. Oh no. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make note of how many coins we currently have, and I'm going to lend myself like 5 mil from my bank so we can list it. If you don't like it, it's too bad, isn't it? It really is. I'll give the 5 mil back to the bank once it's sold. Okay, we should have the coins to cover it now. We owe just over 5 million coins. If you want to be specific, 5,016,064 coins, and we'll repay that once this item's sold. Okay, it is the next day, and our magma rod sold for 439 million coins, so we're going to go ahead and collect our profits. We're on 434 mil, but I do need to give 5 mil back to my bank, considering, well, yesterday. So now we have 429 mil. I didn't really account for all the fees and extra costing involved in actually crafting the rods, so we ended up profiting 90 mil. Which, ironically, we would have made more money if we would have sold all the rods as 5.5s. However, it would have taken a lot longer to sell. And they would have had to list like 2.5, maybe 3 auction houses full of rods rather than just one rod. So there's pros and cons. Now, something we could have done to further our profits would have been to craft our magma rod into an infernal rod and then into a hellfire rod. So a 1010 hellfire. They're currently selling for 730 mil, and it would essentially cost an extra 240 mil to actually upgrade it. So the rod would cost us like 560, 570 mil, and we could sell it for what, like 730, 740. It is more profit, however, once again, they take longer to sell. Anyway, we've got some coins now, so let's get to it. Now, before we go any further, if you are planning on purchasing anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code NITROS. It gets yourself 5% off. You should subscribe to the channel. If you watch the videos and you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. You should join the Discord server. It's linked in the description of this video. We offer slayers and dungeon carries, so if you need carries or want to carry and make some coins, make sure to join.
Oh boy.
163 times 2. What is 163 times 2? Why am I struggling with that? 326 mil. Oh wait, that's just 326 coins. There we go.
So how much are you buying the hearts for?
163 mil each.
And how much are they selling for?
Between 175 and 200. So yeah.
That's not terrible.
No, that's not too bad at all. Okay, while we wait for our Warden Hearts to sell, they've been undercut a little bit at the moment, but the prices will kind of fluctuate a decent amount over the day. So, while we wait, we're going to do some more Magma Rod flipping, because why not? It's silly not to. We buy ordered a few, but the buy order and sell off difference in price is very small at the moment, so we're just going to insta-buy. It just makes more sense instead of waiting. So we managed to get 9 double hook 5 fishing speed 5 rods, and then we've got a few extras kind of left over. But yeah, let's see how much money we're going to make here. Anyway, once everything sells, we'll have 463 mil plus another 28 mil from 2 rods that have already sold. That'll be about 491 mil plus another 7.5 mil we have in our purse, which will take us just shy of 500 mil. There we go. Okay, Warden Hearts have not sold. All the rods sold, so I guess that's kind of a W. At least we have some money, 140 mil. We already have another purchase lined up. Okay, so I'm about to buy a perfect peridot gemstone for 45 million coins. Now, the seller from the bazaar is 51, and there's a decent amount of sales per day, so I'm gonna give it a go. 45 mil, 6 mil profit. I mean, I guess that's kind of a dub. Hopefully it sells. Now we put a buy order up for 71,000 flawed peridot gemstones. We've got them all in our stash in our inventory, and we're going to go to the quick craft menu. We're going to craft them all into fine, and then maybe even up to flawless, and then hopefully make some nice profit. We're able to sell up the flawless gemstones for 60 mil. I can't exactly remember how much I actually paid in the first place. I think it was somewhere around 46 or maybe 50, but it's still profit. We also have a mil worth of fine gemstones left as well that we'll sell. Okay, that actually works really well. Everything's sold, which is almost another 62 mil, which we'll go ahead and collect. We might do it again, honestly, because at the moment it's going to cost 48 million coins to get the gemstones, and we can make 12 mil just like that. As for the perfect gemstone, we probably made a bit of a mistake in actually buying that for 45 mil. It just ain't selling. It just isn't insta-selling at all, so I'm actually gonna... I think I'm going to just insta-sell it, to be honest. I'm going to lose some money, but I just want the coins back so we can make more. So it's only a 2 mil loss, but it's not ideal. I mean, it's not like I've not paid a fair price for the stuffs.
Oh, I almost just confirmed. You could have scammed me.
Oh my god, I would have so done that.
Okay, so it's just confirmed not scamming.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I just picked up a Dominant 7 further chest plate for 12 million coins. I couldn't believe my eyes. The cheapest Dominant 7 Crimson chestplate is 40 mil. The cheapest Dominant 7 Terror chestplate is 72, but it also has Vitality 7. That's pretty much it. We also just picked up a Dominance 5 Terror chestplate for 2.9 mil as well. Okay, we're kind of just sniping some treasure talismans, anything under 700k. We've managed to craft ourselves 2 treasure rings. If I have the patience, I could go on and craft a treasure artifact. We actually need to craft 9 of these treasure rings, so 7 more, and we'll make a ton of profit. I mean, I'm going to make a ton of profit anyway, because these treasure rings are costing us about 5 mil each to craft. Between 5 and maybe 5.3, and we can sell them for 6.5, so I don't know what to do. Maybe I should persist. I'll see how often they come on the market. Okay, so we picked up a Storm Chestplate for 48 million coins. Wisdom 5, Government Protection 6, Gemstone Slots unlocked, Rejuvenate 5, True Protection, Recombed, 5-starred, the whole 9 yard really, Fuming Potatoed. We picked it up for 48 mil. We should be able to sell it for about 57. So that should be some decent profit. Now, the 3 treasure rings that we listed all sold. I didn't end up crafting them into a treasure artifact because it would have taken too long. It slowed down a little bit. 2 of the rods we also got sold as well. So we'll collect those coins. Yep, up to 82 mil. Okay, so what we're doing now is we are crafting some Scarf's studies into Scarf Thesises. So we now have 4, so we can craft a legendary variant. I always forget what it's called. The Grimoire. The Grimoire? I don't even know. We've spent around about 18.5 million coins to 19 mil, and we should be able to sell this for 23. We bought some more Magma Fish as well, so I'm going to craft a few rods because why not? Okay, so we invested 40 mil, and we have 4 double hook 5 fishing speed 5 rods to sell, which is going to be around about 60 mil. Plus a 4/4, which is going to give us another, what, like 7 mil, something like that. 3 items sold, one of the fishing rods we bought before, this Terror Chest Plate, and also the Scarf's Grimoire. So we'll collect our coins and list these rods. Okay, so we just bought some enchanted ink sacks. We can craft these into a bait ring. We paid 28 mil, we can sell for 32, so it's a nice bit of profit. Okay, so this is where we are up to. Some things sold, some things didn't. We ended up buying a Crimson Chestplate, which had Veteran 3. It hasn't sold for 1.9 mil. I thought it would. Our double hook fishing speed rods haven't sold either, which is strange. I thought they would have. And surprise, surprise, the Warden Hearts still haven't sold. I'm going to take them down soon and relist them. However, a lot of other things sold. For instance, this Storm Chestplate that we made a good amount of profit on. This Crimson Chestplate, which we made 18 mil profit on. A couple of the other rods that we ended up reselling, a treasure ring. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll collect our coins for now, and we're going to go and relist those Warden Hearts. Okay, so everything sold. We ended up having to relist the Warden Hearts for a silly amount. Yeah, we actually lost money in the end after taxes and everything. Yeah, not ideal. We'll collect our coins anyway. I'm trying. Okay. Okay, so at the moment, we have a few items that we've bought. We've not really bought too many items, but I've been trying to, I don't know, I've been trying to make sure that they're decent flips. We got a Dominant 7 chestplate that was selling for 30 mil. It's a similar situation to what we did yesterday, but instead we bought 4 Dominance 5, crafted them into a Dominant 7. That cost us around about 20 mil and we're selling it for 30. We picked up this Necron's chestplate for 40 mil and we're selling it for just less than 48. And we have this Veteran 8 chestplate. We actually bought 8 Veteran 5s for around about 5.5 to 6 mil each, costing us just shy of 50 mil and we're selling it on for 75. Hopefully it sells. We picked up a couple of other items. Like we picked these Wither Goggles up for 10 mil. We should be able to sell them for just less than 12. This Terror chestplate we crafted up to Lifeline 4. Cost us around about 3 mil. It's not a massive flip. It's something though. Anyway, we just got this Atom Split Katana, Withered, a Fuming Potatoed, all gemstone slots unlocked, Swarm 5, Champion 10. It's got an Art of War as well. Now, it does have flawless gemstones in them, so we can basically take these flawlesses out, replace them with fines, so we can make some money back from there. Plus the actual sword itself we got for 129, 130 mil. We should be able to sell it for maybe just less than 140. So first of all, let's take these gemstones out, which are going to make us a decent amount of money on their own, to be honest. Like, it's going to probably make us the best part of 10 mil. Replace them all with fines. They should be just fine. You get it? Anyway, the insta-sell is just less than 10, but I think we sell off a yeah, we can get a little bit more. Why not? We're not really in a rush for the coins. Anyway, the sell orders for those gemstones have filled now, so we'll go ahead and collect them. Okay, so we crafted a bait ring yesterday and we sold it. We're going to do the same here, but I'm going to craft 2 because, well, you can insta-buy them right now and still make you around about 4 or 5 mil profit each, which is kind of a no-brainer. Spent 26 mil and sell it for over 31 mil. Of course, there's taxes, but it's about 5 mil profit. Okay, we're going to craft a fermento chestplate. The materials cost us around about 27 to 28 mil. We should be able to sell it for about 38 mil, so it's about a 10 mil profit. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Okay, so we are going to try our hand with something a little bit different. At the moment, magma fish are really expensive and double hook fishing speed are really cheap in comparison to what they usually are. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to buy some of these rods that are already in the market, craft them into 7.7s and sell them on. It's actually quite a bit of profit. So we're going to go ahead and buy 8 of these. So we've spent around about 110 mil and we should be able to list each 7.7 for about 70 mil each, meaning that'll be 140 mil, 30 mil profit. Makes me think the whole time that I was selling 5.5s, I probably should have just sold 7.7s. I've checked and the volume seems to be pretty decent as well. So yeah, maybe that's kind of my bad. This Terra chestplate sold as well. Okay, we just picked up these storm leggings. We went for 65 mil. They are 5-star recommed, Legion 5, gemstone slots unlocked, G6, P6. They're not fully fuming potatoed, so I think we're going to just go ahead and put the last fuming potato book on there. Not too expensive, thankfully. Anyway, yeah, so we picked ours up for 65 plus the 1.5 mil, let's say, so 66.5. The next cheapest one's at 81, so I'm thinking we sell ours for around about 78, meaning that we make a pretty nice profit. We've gone ahead and grabbed ourselves 8 more treasure talismans that we can craft into a ring. Could be making around about 1.5 mil profit from that. Anyway, this treasure ring's sold. We've got 20 mil in our purse. And we've got about 620 mil worth of items on the auction house. Fingers crossed, if not all of them sell, just most of them, please. Anyway, if everything does sell for the price that it's listed for, we should have around about 630 or 640 mil, which would be really lovely to see. I don't know, we'll just have to wait. Okay, so for whatever reason, my mic just wasn't working in this clip. Anyway, as you can see, some items sold, some items just didn't. Thankfully, the Veteran 8 Crimson chestplate sold for 75 mil. Our Fermento chestplate was a flop, I had to relist. The same with the 7.7 Magma rods as the prices drops through the floor. Could have gone better, but also could have gone worse. Okay, apparently my mic wasn't working in this clip either. We picked up some Storm Leggings, Wisdom 5, Flawless Gemstones, G6, P6, Recombobulated, Necrotic, 5-starred, Fuming Potatoed. Fortunately, I don't know how much we bought it for. So I can only assume it must have been profit. Now, some of the items that we relisted sold, including the Fermento chestplate, one of the Magma rods, and also one of the bait rings. We picked up this Storm chestplate for just less than 60 mil, Recombobulated, Loving, 5-starred, Recombobulated, Hot Potatoed, or should I say Fuming Potatoed, Gemstone slots unlocked, Wisdom 5, G6, P6. Not a bad chestplate at all. Okay, so we just picked up this Atom Split Katana. It's withered, fuming, recombobulated. It does have the slots unlocked. We'll put some gemstones in there to make it look more visible, more appealing to people. Swarm 5, Champion 10, Ender Slayer 7. We picked this up for 180, and the next lowest bin at the moment is actually 230 for Ender Slayer 7. And our katana is substantially better than the one that is currently lowest bin with Ender Slayer 7. I've been looking to see what the average prices are of what these sell for with Ender Slayer 7. And over the past day, the average sell price is 253 mil. However, of course, that's not taking into consideration the other enchantments on the weapon. But the lowest that they seem to sell for is just less than 200. So, ours is pretty decent. I'm quite confident we could probably get close to 220 for it. We picked up some wither goggles, we need to put some stars on there and also necrotic, and then we're going to sell them on. We picked them up for 9 mil, we can sell them for around about 11.5. Assuming that we probably spend maybe 500k to a mil, we're going to make probably about a mil profit. Here we go.
Is that everything?
I believe so.
I'll give you my common armadillo as well.
You can keep the coin armadillo, honestly. I feel like that detracts from the deal. Okay, I guess I'm taking it.
I don't want to invite.
Oh, I don't want it either, okay.
No, it's because I can't press Q because I'm on your island. Otherwise, I would have just thrown it out.
I see. Okay, so with the goals that we got before have sold. That's kind of nice. At the moment, we've just listed the items that we, I guess you could say, lowballed. Okay, those just sold as well. It wasn't really a crazy lowball, to be honest. So they were definitely on the more fair prices. Anyway, we did start flipping some veteran pieces. We have a veteran 8 listed again, like we had the other day for 82.5. We've got a veteran 6 listed for 21.52. But yeah, it's not looking too bad. Just hope everything sells. Fingers crossed. So we just picked up some Necron leggings, and here they are. Bit of a strange one. The 5-star recommed, Human Potato, Gemstone slots unlocked, Legion 5, G6, P6, and Holly died. We got these for 79 mil. The next lowest bin for anything similar is actually 99 mil. So we're going to list those for 95 mil. I don't know if Holly died. I mean, does Holly die add any value at all? I don't know. It might even detract from the value. I don't know. A lot of people probably don't like the colour. Nevertheless, we'll try our luck. Hopefully it sells. Okay, so here is the current situation. 10 of the 14 items sold, so we can collect those coins. What do we have now? Well, we have some items, of course, still waiting to sell. I anticipated maybe a couple of them taking a while to sell, so I listed them for quite a while. So we've relisted these Storm leggings because they hadn't sold. They were actually, ironically, still the lowest bin for those sort of Storm leggings, so I'm surprised they didn't sell. Anyway, I've relisted them for a bit longer now, for like 900k less, because that is lowest bin. We'll see what happens. But in the process of checking how much they were worth, we picked up these Storm leggings here. We got these for about 35 mil, and we should be able to sell them on for around about 45, so a 10 mil profit. Okay, we just picked up this Atom Split Katana. It's fuming. It's got Art of War on there, Withered, all gemstone slots unlocked, Champion 10, Swarm 5, Recombobulated. We picked it up for 130 mil. Thinking we should be able to sell this for between 145 and 150, looking at current prices on the AH. Okay, so we picked up this Necron chestplate. It's just pretty standard, really. It's Legion 5, Recombination, 5-star, top potato, whatever. G6, P6. It only has one gemstone slot unlocked, okay? We picked this up for 60 mil. And if it had 2 gemstone slots unlocked, so we'd be able to sell it for about 85. Now, I've checked, and to unlock this gemstone slot, it costs 13.5 mil, which means our cost will be up to 73.5. We've also put hot potatoes on there already, so that's an extra million coins. So that takes our costs up to close to 75 mil. We're then going to lose around about 2.5 mil on taxes and fees, meaning our profit is cut pretty short. Alternatively, we can list this chestplate as it is for around about 73 mil, which is going to provide us with a slightly more profit. It's going to be slightly less taxes and just a slightly better profit margin. It's just not as desirable with one gemstone slot, so I'm going to list it. If it doesn't sell, I'll take it down, I'll gemstone slot it, and we'll sell it on. We'll still profit. Hopefully it sells like this, though. So we just picked up this Storm's chestplate. It's ancient, fuming potatoed, 5-star, actually 6-star. It's got a Master Star on it as well. Slots unlocked, Legion 5, G6, P6, recombobulated. We picked it up for 80 mil, and we should be able to sell it quite easily for 90 mil, looking at the prices. So I just picked up this Atom Split Katana. It's actually relatively similar to the one we picked up before. However, the enchantments on it are substantially better. Tabasco 3, Thunderlord 7, Tier 6 enchantments. We should be able to sell it on for a fair bit more. Anyway, we picked it up for 145. Looking at selling that for around about 160 to 165 mil. Okay, so at the moment, most of our items have sold. However, a lot of the expensive items are still the ones that we're waiting on. We're still waiting on the 2 atom splits to sell, which maybe points to me overpricing them, which is not ideal at all, but we'll see what happens with those. I'll let them run for a bit longer. We're still waiting on this Veteran 6 chestplate to sell. Yeah, probably overpriced. This Veteran 8 chestplate, one similar did sell for me a good few days ago, so I was hoping to do the same with this one here. Yeah, maybe could reduce the price a little bit. But anyway, we'll collect our coins for now. Meaning that we're up to 331 mil. Okay, so we've struck a bit of a deal with Yig here. He wants to sell his Atom Split Katana. It's got Underslayer 7, it's got Execute 6. Now, the price of Atom Splits at the moment are absolutely through the floor. We're going to make him an offer of 220 million coins. It looks to be that the value of it at the moment is probably about 240. He's giving me some Pestilence Rune for good measure. But you know what? I feel like that's a decent deal. I may even hang on to it a bit to see if it does go up in price a little bit. But yeah, there we go. GG's, he needs the coins now because Derpy's coming up and he, yeah, Dayax. Okay, so we just picked up a Storm Chestplate here. It's Loving, 5-starred, Recombobulated, Fuming Potatoed, Gemstone Slots Unlocked, G6, P6, Wisdom 5. We got it for 59 million coins, and we should be able to make about 10 mil profit on this, selling it on for just less than 70. Okay, so 4 of our items have sold. The 2 Atom Splits that we bought a couple of days ago, with the goggles that I picked up yesterday for about 9 mil. And also this Storm Chestplate. So we're going to go ahead and collect all our coins. We've still got items that are still selling, but we've got 420 mil to reinvest. So we've actually gone ahead and bought 5 pairs of Storm Leggings because they're all underpriced. I bought them all for between 50 to 57 mil. Now we should be able to sell them all on for around about 65. So it's going to make us some really nice profit. I'm quite confident that these will sell as well. They just simply are underpriced. It makes sense because this time of day that I'm flipping at is relatively early, meaning that items frequently go for lower than they do later on in the day when there's more people on buying up the auction house. In theory anyway, but let's see what actually happens. All of them are 5-star, Recombobulated, Wisdom 5, Growth 6, Protection 6, Gemstone Slots Unlocked. And we just picked up this Atom Split Katana for just over 130 million coins. We've actually ended up listing it back up again for 165 mil. Funnily enough, the next closest thing to this being at around about 190 mil, which is overpriced. I listed for 165 because I sold a very similar one to this a couple of days ago for around about this price. And yeah, it'll be some decent profit, around about 30 mil after taxes and fees. You know, we can't really argue with that at all. Okay, so we currently have... Okay, my game's being really, really slow and laggy, but we have about 15 minutes until Derpy. I don't know why. There we go, 13 minutes now. And the situation on the auction house is as follows. I don't know why I'm lagging so much. 3 of our items sold, so that's 2 of the Storm Leggings and this Atom Split Katana. Everything else didn't sell. So we're going to go ahead and collect our auctions. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to invest in some more auctions to sell over Derpy. Obviously we don't have the auction house, but we can still kind of advertise that we're selling stuff. And I feel like we could probably make some decent profit. I'm going to take everything down that I currently have off the auction house to see if we can sell it over Derpy too. Okay, I've just made a massive mistake. What am I doing? I've just bought loads of items off the AH. Derpy's now the mayor, and I forgot to claim them. So they're just sitting there. Oh my god. Oh no, I can't even... I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I actually can't tell you how sad I am. So stupid. I even woke up early for this. Just so I could, just to give myself enough time, just before Derpy, you know, just hop on for 15 minutes. Get all the stuff that I need, so I can make some coins over Derpy. And granted, I did end up putting a few items into chest, but they were just god pots. So, and there's not even that many. We'd bought tons of good items, especially for over Derpy, like Juju short bows, Wither goggles, Storm chest plates, Necron chest plates. Some of them are actually really good deals, plus the margin that we can put on for over Derpy as well. I don't know what to say. We'll still make a good amount of money, because we'll still be able to sell some items over Derpy, and after Derpy we can just list the items on the AH. It's not what I wanted to do, but we don't really have a choice. What I will say is once everything sells, we will be very, very close to 1 billion coins. At least 950 million, I would think. So with that catastrophic failure, it's probably as good a time as any to end episode 2. To be honest, I've learnt a lot. A lot of flips that I used to do back in the day just simply don't really work anymore. Flipping pieces with high attributes are ridiculously high risk. They are high reward, but sometimes they just don't sell. But sometimes they sell straight away. It's an interesting one. Honestly, this episode's been slower than I wanted. I thought I was going to be able to make money a lot quicker, but I've had to kind of adapt to what I've been buying and looking for. It's been a pretty interesting one. However, we're at 1 billion coins, so I must be doing something right. I'm not a great flipper anyway. You know, anyone can do what I'm doing. Hopefully by the end of the next episode, we'll be able to add another 1 billion coins to our coin tally, taking us in touching distance of that Enrager, depending on how much we get it for, which I still don't really know how much it's going to be. Anyway, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.